So, we have a PragerU video that came out a few days ago. And it's got 1.6 million views. Good job, PragerU. This is actually interesting because it's asking a question that I don't know what the answer might be. I have a guess what the answer might be, but I don't know it. The name of the video is, What is Identity Socialism? What is Identity Socialism? Now, this could go a few different ways. But what I'm thinking though, Dinesh D'Souza's in this. Yikes. Let's see if they know what leftists are thinking. Let's see if they have their finger on the pulse of American leftists. Let's see how it goes. So, this is What is Identity Socialism with everyone's favorite punchable face, Dinesh D'Souza.
There's a new socialism in town. I call it identity socialism. The old socialism, the kind Karl Marx dreamed up, was all about the working class.
Doesn't it make you want to seize the means of punch? Yeah. All right, let's see.
Sort of blue-collar worker who, ironically, voted for President Trump.
They didn't. What? They ironically voted for President Trump? It would be ironic if blue-collar workers voted for President Trump, but he lost. He lost.
But today's socialists couldn't care less about the guy in the hard hat. He had his chance at revolution.
Today's socialists couldn't care about the guy in the hard hat. The only thing they want to do for the guy in the hard hat is provide him with health care, give him democracy in the workplace, which will give him higher wages, make sure that his wage isn't tied to whether or not he's able to survive, make sure he has the ability to get education, make sure that if he would like children, that they would be able to live their life however they want to, including but not limited to his own life. He can live his own life however he wants to, even if this mustachioed man chooses one day to wear a pretty dress and feel delightful. He can do that. He absolutely can do that because no one gives a shit. Go for it. Live your life, bro. We don't care about... us socialists don't care about hard hat guy because we also want him to be able to have shelter in the scenario that he can't afford his own. We want him to make sure he has food and access to it at all times. We want to make sure he has access to the internet. We want to make sure he has an easier way to vote so he can participate in democracy in an easier way. We want his children to have top tier child care. We want him to be able to take paternity leave when he does have a new child with his wife, his heterosexual wife. All of these things are absolutely terrible. We're so bad about working class people. Goddamn, dude.
And blew it. Today's socialist is all about race, gender, and transgender rights.
So this was my guess. They're conflating Matt Chun. Thanks for the follow. They're gender and transgender. That's right. I feel like they're conflating intersectionality with socialism, which isn't a thing. So did you know Karl Marx is an idiot? I guess so.
Class is an afterthought. To understand this is to understand the left's takeover of the college campus.
Okay. Well, it's because the left has taken over college campuses because right-wingers are stupid. They're too stupid to be educators. That's a fact.
And all the ills that takeover has spawned, from Me Too to Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, Me Too is a really terrible thing. We wouldn't want sexual assault victims to speak up. There's only two genders? Yeah, there's only two genders if you disregard all the other ones that exist. That's true. Minus all the other genders, there are only two. Absolutely true. That's a fact. Well, there's only two genders. Hey, dude, just because you can only count 2 of them doesn't mean that's the only ones that exist, bro. There's only 2 genders. Does it make you uncomfortable that there's more than that, bro? Sorry, dude. I don't care. Hey. No one gives a shit what you think. No one cares. There's only 2 genders. Okay, well, this person says that they're a different one, and that makes them happy. So, I mean, I guess fuck off. You lose. You lose. There's one gender, people. People is not a gender. Okay. You fucking SJW.
Matter to girls competing against biological boys.
Oh, they're so sad. Black Lives Matter. We don't want the black people to talk about how they have a hard time in America due to systemic racism and being shot by cops. And we also doubt girls competing against biological boys. Man, isn't it a big problem that every goddamn transgender person I've ever met is a fucking athlete? Only decathletes transition. That's a fact. You can take that to the bank. You'll never find a flubby trans person. They are all peak athletes just trying to get an edge on their opponents, dude. You ever been a big, burly, manly man and we're like, I'm going to beat a bunch of girls in a track meet when I'm 16 years old, even though it's totally antithetical to the way that people socialize, and I'm going to go through a hard period of time during transition from all the people saying, look at that man beating all those girls at all these activities, and it's going to make life really hard for me, and I'm going to experience depression due to the idea that I'm not socially transitioning very well because there's a lot of scrutiny on me from adults that aren't experiencing my kind of experience, that have no idea how feeling transgender would be, and like have really no place or say in how I live my life. Yeah, I think I'll just do it on a whim without thinking about it because I'm just a fucking athlete, okay, bro? Right? I'm just trying to dunk on these girls. I'm not a real girl, but shut the fuck up. So stupid. Gay, trans people get to play sports. Sorry, dude. Sorry. They get to. It's okay. Trans super soldiers out here fucking ruining sports. Wow.
But campus culture has now metastasized into the culture of the whole society. As liberal writer Andrew Sullivan has put it, we all live on campus now.
Andrew Sullivan, a liberal.
Identity socialism is first and foremost about division. Not just class division, but now race division.
It's about division because socialists understand division and therefore are doing the dividing. If you're aware of it, it makes you the reason it's happening. That's true. That's true. That's why, actually, when a cop catches you speeding, they also get a ticket for speeding because they noticed you speeding. They notice you doing the bad thing, which makes them part of the problem. That's a fact.
Gender division, transgender division.
Why is transgender division divided from gender? Why are you... I don't understand. I don't understand.
Blacks and Latinos are in. Whites are out.
What do you mean out? Here I am, bro. What are you talking about?
Women are in. Men are out.
Is that Jordan Peterson? Is that Jordan Peterson?
Gays, bisexuals, transsexuals, transgenders are in.
Transgenders. Any transgenders in chat? Hey guys, any transgenders? Hey, if there's a transgender in chat, can you please just pick up your agenda and your gay agenda and flap it around for all to see? That way we can see you. Bunch of transgenders.
Heterosexuals are out.
Oh, fucking heterosexuals. Everybody knows we hate the heterosexuals. That's right. I need to figure out how to get into this. I need to suck a dick or something real quick so I get some street cred. Otherwise, you guys are gonna stone me in the streets, according to Dinesh D'Souza. D'Souza? I'm gonna be at Pride, not sucking dicks, and you guys are gonna be like, "No, kill him, get him," with your gay spears. You fucking don't tell me you're straight. I know. It's true. It's true. I'll give my dick for the cause. Wow. So brave, dude. So brave. I'm a straight. It's true. It happened.
Illegals are in. Native-born citizens are out.
Look at those native-born citizens. Look at these native-born citizens. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed native citizen. Wow. By the way, these are illegals. These look, Why are these not white? That's strange. That's actually strange. I expected, these guys are Canadians though. You know that, right? They just overstayed their visa from Toronto. Their work visa. Weird that. Also, people aren't illegal. Oh, wait. People aren't illegal. How dare you? Thank goodness our native-born fucking... Man, you know what these guys need? Some fucking Lebensraum. They need more living space, I think. Fucking Christ. Broomhilda. Hate being surrounded by transphobia. I want to die. Well, how about this? How about you live? And hear me out. Here's the reason why you live, right? Because it fucking makes them mad. Be petty about it. Live every day just to make someone mad that you're happy to live. Every single day. You want to fucking wear a pretty dress, or you want to wear flannel with a flat billed hat, but you gotta I don't know what you got going on. You wanna cuff your jeans. You live every day to fucking spite somebody. If you're living in a way that Dinesh D'Souza would hate, you're crushing it. You're doing such a good job. Wear the fursuit all day. Who cares? It's going to be pretty hot, though. It's going to be pretty hot. And not in a sexy way. I mean, it's going to be actually, like, really, 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 really warm. And the pretty dressed kind, and also the pretty depressed kind. Well, most people are pretty depressed, but not everybody can rock a pretty dress like you. I'm just tossing that out there. So consider that. Wear your beautiful dresses. You know what I'm saying? Wear whatever makes you happy. Dress the way you want to. Present the way you want to. Use them pronouns. Change your fucking name to something that makes you happy. Listen to a cackling goblin in your background if that makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking crush it. Crush it every day. Because fuck these people. Fuck transphobes, dude. Fuck them. I'm so petty, dude. Every single day, just fuck them. I don't commit campaign finance violations, so Dinesh D'Souza must hate me. True.
One may think this is all part of the politics of inclusion, but to think that is to get only half the picture.
Show me the whole picture, dweeb.
The point for the left is not merely to include, but also to exclude.
Who's excluded?
So where did this identity socialism
Me? Am I excluded?
come from? Meet Herbert Marcuse.
Ah, there he is. It was a white man. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck.
Born in Berlin in 1898, Marcuse fled Germany at the dawn of the Nazi era. After stints at Columbia, Harvard, and Brandeis, Marcuse moved to California, where he joined the University of California at San Diego in 1965. Okay. You'd think that living in a paradise like
Mr. Scaramanga need a spite emote? True.
Southern California, with all the comforts and privileges of academic life, might have softened Marcuse's Marx-like hatred of capitalism.
Why? But capitalism sucks, bro. It sucks. It isn't good. It sucks.
But it was not to be. If anything, the more he prospered, the more he wanted to bring the system down.
The more you prosper under capitalism, and I'm speaking from experience, and I'm not like that prosperous, but as you can see in the corner right here, I'm doing okay. If you just do some quick math here, I'm not doing bad, you know what I mean? And I appreciate you guys a lot for all the support and helping me pay my bills and get me out of a, a lifestyle where I was trying my best to go to school full time, work 50 hours a week, and I was just making peanuts, bro. And I've had this conversation with Arian, who used to be in the fucking NFL, and we talk on Sundays, Sunday service, slurp, slurp. Come on down for Sundays live, only live. We don't put it on YouTube channel. Just tossing that out there. Got to follow the Twitch for that. Who is a millionaire? 6 foot Ant, thanks for following. Once you have money, it's so much easier to have money. It's really it's rigged. It's a fucking scam. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. Like, and I certainly don't have the kind of money that fucking Arian does, dude. That guy's got fucking money, bro. Like, it just cascades into just having more capital, having more wealth. It's really stupid. If you don't have any money, people won't give you money. But guess what? If you do have money, people are like, yeah, I guess have free shit. Like, it's really weird. It isn't a good thing. It's meant to keep people fucking down, man. It isn't a good thing. It isn't good. Bullshit.
He had a problem, however, a big one. Socialism didn't work in America. Like
Twink Plant Boy just said, my fiance and I found $80 in a parking lot one time and held each other while crying because we could buy groceries. I have a similar story from this. And I'm so glad that you found the $80 and could buy groceries. When I lived in Florida and was very poor, like I said, and this was after I got fired by my ex roommate's mom. I was a poor fella for a little bit. My girlfriend needed painkillers for a tooth infection. She got her wisdom teeth pulled. It was infected. Obviously it's not her fault. And her mom wouldn't pay for that stuff, so I paid for it because I don't know if you've ever seen someone go through tooth pain, but it's awful. Like, people are in agony when they have mouth pain. I don't know if you've ever had tooth pain, you know what I'm talking about. And anyway, she was in agony. She was in so much agony. She was like gasping for air in between crying. Like, it was really bad. It's a little traumatic still. Anyway, so we went to the clinic, and I was able to talk them into allowing me to get her, like, I think it was like codeine with Tylenol or something like that. And we're sitting there after the doctor came in, because they have to screen you to make sure you're not just abusing painkillers. And so there was a little screening process. And anyway, we were sitting there, and we were sitting there talking, and I was like, I only have like this money, and I don't have any money for the next 2 weeks. I don't have any money for the next 2 weeks. And there was a lot of conversation there. We were sort of bummed, and I was like, I'll figure it out. I'll make, we'll make sure it happens, and we'll be fine. And this family was, because I don't know if you've ever been in a clinic, but they kind of have like beds, and they're sort of just separated by like sheets or curtains that you move. And our curtain was like a little open, and the kid was he was in like a baseball uniform, and so I'm assuming he like twisted his ankle or something, or hurt his thumb, or I don't remember what he had going on, but he's there for a checkup for some sports injury. It was a white family, probably middle class. They looked, it's Florida. They had like the polos and the shorts and the boat shoes and the blonde wife and the light-haired son, and they were fine. He was wearing a watch and everything. Anyway, and I didn't expect anything. I didn't ask anybody for anything. But we were sitting there talking about that. They overheard us, and then he walked over, and I think he gave us like $20 or something, or $50, something like that. I can't remember how much he gave us. But he went into his wallet and gave us money. He's like, I overheard this. This is all the cash I have on me right now. I hope you guys are okay. I'm sorry you're going through this, and I just wanted to help you out. And we fucking cried, dude. It was really touching. There's no reason that guy should have had to do that, though. You know what I mean? Right? I hope he's not a fucking Trump supporter today. I hope he carried that value over. But that was super nice. It was a really kind moment. You know what I mean? And I don't know. That really stuck with me for a long time. I mean, still sticks with me. So, yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things, dude. Anyway. I gave an opinion. Your opinion's wrong. Fucking dumbass. Yeah, that was super kind. Yeah. Yeah.
Life was too good. The working class in the U.S. didn't aspire to overthrow the existing order. They aspired to own a home. How could you foment revolution without revolutionaries?
What are you talking about?
Classic Marxism had no answer for this.
Wait, what? What? How he fundamentally misunderstands literally all of the Communist Manifesto. I'm not even a big I'm not a big theory guy. I think it has places, but there's things that these people that wrote this theory couldn't really predict. The advent of the internet is a really great example in how much automation occurs and a lot of the different stuff that goes into the crony capitalism and just kind of how it operates. But there's a lot of things in theory that people like Marx planned for. There's whole discussions about there's a period of time where capitalism feels good. It was probably about the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s. It's probably the heyday, really. I guess in the 90s you had a little bit of a resurgence of economic stuff, but really the 50s, 60s, 70s. At least the 50s and 60s because of Vietnam, but... there's a period of time where capitalism is stable, right? But it always descends as wealth inequality gets different. And I mean, there's talks about it in the from Marx, where basically he's like, okay, well, you're gonna go into a period of socialism, then you're probably gonna have a revolution, and then there's gonna be communism. I disagree that you need revolution for that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Singing Reaper with the 50 biddies. When my friend told me he was going to give me $300 just to help me get through some rough shit and start a path to saving transition, I was in a state of shock for over an hour and cried a lot. That's cute. Logan Rectum, thanks for the 100 biddies, dude. Newman Knox, thanks for the 100 biddies. Thanks, Jake. Thank you for what? What'd I say? What'd I do? Did I do a thing? I appreciate you too, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Dragonfly, thanks for the 100 biddies. Why are people giving me biddies? Did I do something? Appreciate it.
But almost 100 years after Marx, Marcuse did. The answer was college students. They would be the recruits for what he termed the Great Refusal, the repudiation and overthrow of free market capitalism.
Sure, it didn't work. Here we are.
Conditions were perfect.
Marxism is gay. You're damn right it is.
The students of the 60s were already living in what was in effect a socialist commune, a university campus. Rather than being grateful to their parents for providing them with this opportunity to learn and study, they were restless and bored. Most importantly, they were looking for meaning, a form of self-fulfillment that went beyond material gratification.
My chef is on vacation in Florida, and I don't want to go near him when he comes back. I don't trust Florida. All right.
Of course, as with all successful social movements, timing was critical. Here, Marcuse was very fortunate. The 60s was the decade of the Vietnam War. Students faced the prospect of being drafted. Thus, they had selfish reasons to oppose the conflict.
That's selfish? It's selfish to not want to be shot to death or bombed or napalm. What the fuck, dude? By the way, hey guys, it's selfish to not want to be murdered. For you in chat talking about the reality of poverty, personal testimony is so powerful. Oh, no problem. Appreciate you, Newman. Not wanting to die is selfish. Idiots. You guys suck. You guys are fucking idiots.
Marcuse and his acolytes turned this selfishness into righteousness by teaching the students that they weren't draft dodgers, they were noble resistors who were part of a global struggle for social justice.
I want Dinesh D'Souza to be, I keep saying his name wrong, because I want to say Dinesh D'Souza is correct. Dinesh D'Souza feels better in the mouth. Not dying is base. True. Can we give Dinesh a fucking like rifle and send him into wherever the hottest combat on the planet is right now? Can we just send him to the front lines and see how much of a fucking hero he is? Because of course he'll walk the walk, right? He's gonna go protect our freedoms, right? Go give him a rifle. Send him into battle. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how much he likes it. Myanmar? Fuck yeah, do it. Go ahead. Yemen? Yep. Send him there. I'm sure he'll be totally fine. I'm sure Dinesh will come out of that hole and not dead or punched full of holes.
Marcuse portrayed Ho Chi Minh and the Viet Cong as a kind of third world proletariat, fighting to free themselves from American imperialism.
Yeah, literally. In French. Yes, literally. I mean, that's exactly the focus of what they were doing. Yes. What? French imperialism buttressed by American imperialism when they entered the war. Absolutely true. Yes. That is what they were doing. That's not even framing it like in an unjust way. That is literally what their focus was. Have you not read things about stuff? What? Has he read a book, bro?
This represented a transposition of Marxist categories.
Oh, it was a transposition. That's trans. That's bad. We think that's bad?
The new working class were the Vietnamese freedom fighters.
Yes.
The evil capitalists were American soldiers.
The American soldiers weren't the evil capitalists. What are you talking about? They were drafted. I don't blame an American soldier for going to Vietnam and then doing stuff to survive that terrible event. What? Who blames a Vietnam soldier? Really? Unless they did war crimes and shit on purpose. You know what I mean? Most of the soldiers in Vietnam did not want to be there. The evil capitalist was the military-industrial complex, and then the American hegemony that we decided to, continue and make worse by overthrowing a country in North Vietnam that wanted to have its own economy and run in a different way that was, ran counter to the capitalist narrative of American economics. Like, what the fuck? How can you read that? How can you understand Vietnam so poorly? What do they think they were fighting, actually? If he says it, like, What? What does he think the war was over? They just wanted independence, dude. I don't know. Just really weird.
Serving on behalf of the American government. Marcuse found, in addition to the students, other groups ripe for the taking. The first was the Black Power movement, which was a militant adjunct to the civil rights movement. The beauty of this group, from Marcuse's point of view, was that unlike white students, its members wouldn't have to be instructed in the art of grievance. Blacks had grievances that dated back centuries.
Can we stop with the blacks stuff? I don't know. Do they do it because they know it annoys us? It must, right? It must be because they know that it's just like something it's bothersome. Where we just go like, that's not like fucking how people want to be addressed, dude.
Through another Marxist
It's even fucking in quotes here. It's even in quotes in their closed captioning. How fucking weird is that?
Transposition, blacks would become the working class, whites the capitalist class. Race in this analysis.
No. Oh, fuck, dude. Fuck. That's not it. There are plenty of white people in the working class. I don't care what color your skin is. Nobody on the left gives a shit what color your skin is in regards to workers' rights, in regards to your labor. That's not how left-leaning people even understand this. It's irrelevant. Labor is a colorless thing. Yes, black people do get the brunt of the problems because there are more lower-class black people than lower-class white people per capita due to systemic racism. Yes, that's true. There are more people within the working class that are minority people per capita again. But that doesn't mean it's their problem. It's everyone's problem. Everyone's labor. Like, what? It's irrelevant. You could be a white, straight, cis guy, for sure. You'd be a Christian, white, straight, cis guy with blonde hair and blue eyes. And if you are being paid like wage slavery and you're underemployed, I want you to be employed properly. I want you to be compensated for your labor properly. I want you to have access to health care and to shelter and to food and to education and to the security. I want you to have access to UBI. Like, what the fuck? Pretend that this is how fucking left-leaning people operate? What left-leaning people have they fucking talked to in their lives? They're just making shit up. They literally just make shit up. I reject this outright. I reject it.
Took the place of class. Another emerging source of disgruntlement was the feminists. Marcuse recognized they too could be taught to see themselves as an oppressed class. This, of course, would require a further...
The feminists were feminists because they already understood that women were an oppressed class. What? That's what the fucking point of them being that was. They were already that.
Marxist transposition, women would now be viewed as the working class and men the capitalist class.
No, that's not how it works. You can have oppression groups with a Venn diagram, bro. White people can be working class. White men can be working class. Also, most of the people that prop up the capitalist class, the upper class, wouldn't even be the capitalist class because that's working class people operate within capitalism. This is a terrible way to describe this. But let's say, I assume they mean upper class, right? Upper class people mostly are these people. That's the difference. It doesn't mean that most of these people are bad. It means that most of the people that are this look like this and are this, which means that there is a power structure with only these types of people in mind, because not only is it intentional at times that straight cis white men with a lot of money make power structures that embolden themselves, right? That makes sense that they would do that for their own benefit on purpose intentionally, but also unintentionally, if they don't have the perspective of a woman, of a black person, of an LGBT member, etc., how are they even going to know to address certain issues? So at the same time of it being intentionally racist, it could be accidentally racist or sexist or homophobic or just bigoted in general, transphobic. It could be accidentally that. That's a thing that happens all the time. Just it's the same thing as like being negligent. Like it's not a thing that you did on purpose to be negligent necessarily. Some people are just accidentally negligent. It happens. You got a lot on your plate. I don't necessarily denigrate anyone for it. The part like the part that's bad is when you hear, "Oh, hey, this is a problem," and then you don't take corrective measures for the problem, right? So I don't know. It's like having your engine light on and not going to the mechanic at some point. Like assuming you can afford it, obviously. But like someone's the engine light's on, a black person telling you their experience. And you're a white guy who's like, I don't know, I'll just ignore it. It's like, what? What? Then it becomes negligence. It goes from straight up just ignoring, I guess, ignorance. It goes from ignorance of an idea to just pure out like bad attitude, negligence, or worse than that. Then you become so butthurt about it that you work in opposition to it, and you become a fucking chud. I mean, that's really all it is. Kirky, thanks so much for the 600 biddies, dude. Appreciate it. Ignorance is okay. Willful obscurantism is not. Wow, that's too much word. Obscurantism. Being a dick. You can be a dumb. You cannot be a dick. How about we break it down a little bit further? There we go. You get to be ignorant. You get to be. You don't get to be intentionally a fucking asshole. You don't. Not anymore. We're changing it.
The class category would now be shifted
It's a Chomsky
to gender.
quote? Well, he's very smart.
Marcuse recognized that educating and mobilizing all these groups, the bored students, the aggrieved blacks, and the angry feminists, would take time. But he wasn't in a hurry. Soon enough, the radical students would be the radical professors, teaching identity socialism to a fresh crop of impressionable recruits. Over time,
Bro, are you mad at the boomers?
Marcuse believed the university could produce a new type of culture, and that culture would then spill into the larger society to infect primary education, the news media, and entertainment.
Dinesh is unironically misunderstanding social zeitgeists. We always socialize leftward. Always. We always socialize in a leftward political movement. Because guess what? As we become more comfortable, and as we have time to talk out these problems and they sift through the bottom, eventually the problems that don't sift down have to be mentioned and talked with or talked through until they can actually like break through the barrier and be accepted into society. And the way, and if you conserve things, you aren't using the sifter. You're not having those conversations. You're just denying you're denying the reality that those things need to be talked about, right? Because that's what conservatism is. Like, oh, I'm gay. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not giving you rights. I don't need, like, I don't like people that are different from the heterosexual normative like society, right? And then they buck against that, and then over time it's like people just are like they get tired of the fight because it's like gay people exist. You can't stop them from existing. You end up meeting gay people. They're fine and normal. You get empathy for people as you encounter them. The way we socialize gets better. The arguments get better. From people that are supporters or are gay, and then eventually they lose and we win. And then next up, now it's trans people. They're gonna lose. We're gonna win again, and we'll move on to whatever the next thing is. I don't know what it's going to be, but we just continue to win. Now, but you see, Jake, we're only leftists because one guy in the 60s was bad, apparently, and he's the reason all these people have these thoughts. There is no free will, Jake. We are puppets of a man who died in 1987. That's true. That's true. Oh yeah, it's trans rights. Then before that was gay rights. Before that, civil rights. I mean, there's still civil rights and gay rights they don't want to give. But yeah, it all happens. Somehow through mental gymnastics, PragerU connected socialism to human rights, and I'm 100% sure they only did that to say anything progressive is socialism. Oh yeah.
Even big business, the hated capitalist class itself, would succumb.
It does. Because of social zeitgeist.
He was right. Identity socialism has arrived.
It's not identity socialism.
I'm Dinesh D'Souza for Prager University.
Nobody likes Dinesh. Nobody fucking likes this guy, right? People that think they like Dinesh don't like Dinesh, right? Socialism zeitgeist got him. True. Isn't that just JP's postmodern neo-Marxism / cultural Marxism repackage, which is Hitler's cultural Bolshevism repack? I mean, yeah, I don't think Bolshevism. Yeah, this isn't that. Yeah, I don't know. They don't know what they're talking about, though. Obviously, how many times do we watch PragerU and they say a position they think we have, and we go, "That's not a position we have." Like what? Not a thing. Not a thing. Anyway, that's the end of that video. Hard dismount for the editor. You're welcome.